Hi and welcome to episode 6 of the eTravel Weekly Show from virtualmissfriday.com. I'm Michelle Dale and this is a show dedicated to virtual assistants and digital nomads from around the globe. In this week's episode, we're discussing how many sales will I make in social media. I answer this question for you on my blog post this week. I'm also going to be introducing you to the new roadmap courses, which are now live, the Administrator, Marketer and Creator. We have a new PLR pack, Home Office Organisation. And then we're going to move on to my eTravel Weekly Discoveries. 3 VAs who have taken their business to 6 figures. And we're all change on Twitter, Facebook and LinkedIn. We're going to be looking at the new designs of those. So let's get started with the show. So I have loads to get through in this week's episode. Basically to start with, let's take a look at the blog. A lot of people ask about return on investment of social media, and it's not uncommon for me to receive emails from potential clients and also existing clients who want to know basically how many sales they're going to make through social media. And this is just a really difficult question to answer, and it's a valid question for anybody who doesn't know about social media or doesn't work in social media. But you know, your eyes tend to roll for anybody who does work in social media and you do know what goes on in social media. So what prompted me to address the question this week was actually a video from Gary Vaynerchuk, and you'll see on my blog post how many sales I make through social media this week on the blog. That basically, I took a lot of the inspiration for this post from an interview that I watched recently with Gary Vaynerchuk, and I thought that my responses to this question about how many sales people will make through social media and his responses to the ROI of social media were very similar, and it went together well in a combination. Now, first of all, if you check out the blog post, you'll see that it's really hard to quantify number of sales in social media. A lot of people feel inadequate that they can't answer this question. You know, like if they get an inquiry and someone says, okay, well, if I engage your social media services, how much money am I going to make? You know, how rich are you going to make me? And it just doesn't work like that. So, you know, if you're feeling inadequate about your social media and your answers, you know, in what you can actually quantify to a potential client, don't worry about it really. We're all in the same boat here, no matter who we are. Even Gary Vaynerchuk, he can't quantify his return on investment from social media. So check out the blog post this week, because he has a great interview on there. It's only a 12-minute video, but it's well worth watching. But basically he confirms that you can't quantify ROI or sales on social media. And I've also put a scenario in there, especially in terms of the social media services that you're providing clients. Because let's say, for example, a client has decided that they're going to start with marketing their Twitter account, and they say to you, right, you know, I really want you to market on my Twitter account, and you know, let's see what you can do from this. And you go, yay, okay, I'm gonna turn your Twitter account around. And you know, you increase engagement, and you increase the tweets, and you increase the retweets, and you increase the followers, and everything looks like it's going really well. And then the client is saying, well, you know, where's my bottom line? I'm not seeing any actual sales from this. Where are my consultations from Twitter? Where are my ebook sales from Twitter? How many people have come from Twitter and bought from me? And the answer to this question is so not cut and dried. Let's say, for example, that there's somebody that goes to your client's Twitter account, and then they take a look at a blog post that you've posted for your client, and you know, they might say to themselves, right, well, I'm not going to click on this blog post link. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go and see if this person's on social media. So they jump on Facebook, for example, and they type in, you know, this person's name on their Twitter account, and then they go to Facebook and they friend them, or they add their blog post to a read later list, etc., etc. And then a couple of weeks later, they go down to a local coffee shop with their iPad, which they never even found your client on Twitter on their iPad to start with, and then they start researching your client on there. So basically, you've broken that Twitter chain. If your client then gets a sale of an ebook from a read later post that they bookmarked, that they decided to go and check out on their iPad a couple of weeks after they've, you know, clicked any kind of link in Twitter, that the source of what you did, your hard work and your effort, And it can't be traced back to that original tweet, you know, several weeks later when the sale is made of the ebook for your client. Then your client is going to assume that that sale didn't come from social media when it actually in fact did. So it's not simple, it's not cut and dried. So check out my post. You'll see there's a really also quite a funny slideshare thing which I've just added from, again, Gary Vaynerchuk, because I mean, when it comes to social media, I listen to this guy, and he's done a really funny slideshare on the return of investment of social media and cat pictures. It's kind of funny. Anyway, the top 3 communications that you'll need to communicate to your client are on the blog post. Think engagement, not direct sales. It's really important that you communicate to your client that just because the sale isn't quantifiable and hasn't come through Twitter because you know that that person's clicked on a Twitter link and bought, it doesn't mean to say it hasn't come at all from your efforts in social media. It's not like pay-per-click, it's not like where someone clicks on a link and then that's tracked with a cookie and then, you find out a couple of weeks later that a sale is made from that. It's not like that at all. And also, you have to make it really clear to the client that they are themselves an unknown variable in social media. I work with some clients who really take on board everything I say in my consulting. They say to me, right, I'm leaving this in your hands, just tell me what I got to do and I'll do it. And then they follow the steps that I say, right, we're doing this is what I need you to do, let's work together as a team and let's make the magic happen. And there are some clients who will follow everything to the letter that I suggest that they do, and they do really well. There are some clients who will engage social media services, we'll be doing our part and they won't be doing anything, and then they'll come back disappointed because they haven't got the sales that they wanted, they haven't got everything. And and our strategy, for example, might say that they need to produce a minimum 3 blog posts a month that we can use in social media to engage with and things like that. They don't produce the blog posts, we don't have what we need in order to be able to market them properly. So it's kind of a vicious circle. So check out that post. It'll give you some directions to what to say to clients, and I really hope you enjoy it. Next, we have a brand new PLR pack available inside our store. It's Organising Your Home Office. So this is basically a series of articles on everything that you need to do to set up an awesome home office, and it's a PLR pack, so you can take this pack, you can put it on your blog, you can distribute it to your clients in a newsletter, you can pretty much do whatever you want with it. So we've got tips for organising a home office, what's the best computer, lighting, and we've got an article on chairs and desks. So if you're interested in putting that on your blog, go check it out. It's on in the PLR store, or you can download it free if you're a member of the vapassport.com. So this week as well, I've got a very special announcement. These have been long awaited. I started producing these courses back in March this year. It's the VA Administrator course, the VA Marketer course, and the VA Creator course, and they've been in beta for the whole of April and May, and we've just released them now for official sale on the VA roadmap. So if you're interested in providing administrative services, marketing services or creative services, and you want to do it the VMF way, a little bit of VMF style, then basically I'm handing over everything that I do for my clients inside these courses. It's step-by-step, complete video training. There's 7 modules in total, 5 lessons in each module, and you will have everything that you could possibly want and need to be able to set up fantastic administrative and marketing and creative services within your business. Provide those to clients off the bat. We're taking out all the guesswork and everything. I've given you the templates, I've given you the emails, I've given you absolutely everything that you need to know in order to offer fantastic administrative, marketing and creative services within your business. And it's not rocket science. It all goes through it all step by step, all the systems that you're going to need, the way way to go about it, even the correspondence down to the letter that you need with the client in order to make the services work. So if you're interested in providing VA services, either administratively, marketing and creatively, then you definitely want to check out these courses, because there's nothing out there online at the moment like it. There are courses that sort of deal with individual tasks and skills and stuff like that, but this is an entire package of a complete package of services that you can literally copy and paste into your business and make your own. I'm really, really proud of these courses. The feedback has been phenomenal with them. Everyone has said that it saved them so much time. We've had testimonials from people saying that it's possibly saved them months of research and, you know, guesswork and things like that, because everything is included. So check those out. I'm really proud of them. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me. So moving on this week to my eTravel Weekly Discoveries. The first one I'm in, but I thought it was a really good post to share with you. It's 3 virtual assistants who have taken their business to 6 figures. And you may recognize this little face over here, which is mine. And I was asked to contribute to this article, but there are 2 other really, really great VAs who have also contributed, who have made it to 6 figures in their business. And I think it's always nice to get that little bit of inspiration from other people who are striving to do what you want to do. So if you're looking to make it for 6 figures in your business, do check out this post. It's on theworkathomewoman.com, and the link will be inside the free account inside Virtual Miss Friday if you want to go and check that out. But basically there's myself, and I've contributed to basically my journey to 6 figures. And then there's another person being interviewed called Sherry from Total Office Inc. And finally, another Michelle Mangan from Your Virtual Assistant LLC. So they share their stories and their journey to 6-figure success. So if you're looking for a little bit of inspiration, and you're feeling a little bit flat about your VA business right now, go check that article out, because it's a real inspiring and motivating article. And finally, on this week's eTravel Weekly Discoveries, it's a little bit of a combo. I've decided to put all these together because they're all happening at once. You may have noticed that on your Twitter profile and your Facebook profile, there's been some quite big changes recently. For me, my accounts have been changed over like this week. We did it this week. So Twitter announced that they were going to launch a new design of a profile, which is like this. And for me, mine switched over this week. So this is what my profile now looks like. Personally, I don't like the header. I think it's too big. But, you know, hey, what are you going to do? So this is what Twitter now looks like, and you will have to replace your header. Pretty much everything else is done for you. So if you've got a Twitter background and your account has been upgraded, you'll probably want to look at making a new header for that. The reason I don't like it is I just think it's really too big. I don't think you need that much space at the top. I don't know what your opinion is of it. Maybe you want to leave a comment, just let me know. But I thought that the other way of doing things was very, very nice. I like this bit on the left sidebar. I think that's nice, but the header, too big. Maybe Twitter will rethink that and reduce it later on down the line. Next, we have Facebook rolling out their new page designs for everybody. And to be honest with you, the cover image that you're going to have to do probably won't be that much different from what you've already got now. I just had to tweak my cover image very, very slightly. You'll see here I just kind of moved the Twitter wording around, and this bit as well was covered up, so I just moved that around slightly as well. So with Facebook, you probably won't have to do a lot of changes to your cover other than a little bit of tweaking. There's no size changes or anything. But I actually quite like the new layout. I think that having the messages and everything on the right hand side here is a little bit confusing, but we will, you know, have to live with that, I guess. But I like the single column layout with the left sidebar. I think it's much easier to follow. It flows much nicer. So again, I would love to hear your comments on what you think of the new Facebook design. But the real kicker is LinkedIn are now jumping on board, and they are also going to produce a new design. And I happened to read this on Mashable. I think it was only published a few hours ago. Okay, it's published 19 hours ago from the time I recorded this video. And I happened to just jump on LinkedIn and see what was going on. They've rolled it out for their premium members, and I have to be a premium member, and this is the result. Okay, I cheated slightly here because what I did was I uploaded my Twitter background into the LinkedIn background. I don't know whether this was absolutely necessary. Again, I think that it's too big. I don't know what they're thinking of here. This is just my personal opinion. You might think differently, but I think that the whole background thing is too big. But let's see how it goes. I think it's actually quite nice. I really like this box on the LinkedIn profile page. So, I mean, I think it was a good move on LinkedIn's part because they've always been a little bit slow on the uptake when it comes to design, I've thought. And it's nice to see them being a little bit innovative, although is it really that innovative when it looks so much like the Twitter account? But we'll see what happens. Anyway, that's all I've got for you this week. It's always a pleasure chatting with you. It's always a pleasure receiving your comments below on the YouTube video, and I will see you in the next episode.
Thank you so much for listening to this show. For more eTravel Weekly episodes, you can sign up for a free digital backpack at www.e-travelweekly.com, where I post the video, audio, and newsletter, plus all the links featured inside this week's show. You can also subscribe via YouTube at michelleonyoutube.me or via iTunes at michelleonitunes.me.